You all, we are not licensed professionals. We are just here on this roller coaster called life, trying to be better friends to one another, trying to be better human beings on this planet. If you're tuning in, we are not opting out of therapy. We are not advocating that you listen to us and not see someone who is licensed and trained to help you with day-to-day life on how to cope and deal. So we advocate for therapy a lot here. We believe that everyone has something to talk to somebody about. So, just like to make that disclaimer that we're just here giving our opinions and having discussions week by week. And we're hoping that, maybe you can find something useful, or if at least find a little humor in this terrible, terrible rock we call the world.
In other words, if you listen to our advice and you get popped in the mouth, don't at us.
Yeah, don't at me because you may get popped in the mouth again. Welcome back to another episode of the Friendship University podcast. We are here another week, out here to encourage, give you your lessons. I know you all missed us last week, but vacation. Sometimes you just got to take a break. It is summer, school do be out in the summer. I know some of y'all do have to do summer school. Some of you choose to do summer school, and that's okay. But we'll probably be taking a few breaks the remainder of this summer to collect ourselves and get things together. So that'll give you some chances to catch up on past episodes and past content, because we got a lot out there. We are coming up on 100 episodes. Wow. Y'all, we made it. We had 100 credits. How many credits do you need to graduate college? Like 300 or something? I don't know. We're like halfway through. Y'all are making it. And y'all showing up every week and bettering yourselves based on us telling you that we are also trying to better ourselves. People are our greatest resource. And so we're just going to keep being out here to advocate for that and to let you know that you are not in this race alone. I am joined by my co-host for another week on this beautiful planet by beautiful her, Tarrah Cobell. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm living my life like it's golden.
Rested and tan and glowing. And, you just like vibes. It's
Not
giving
vibe.
vibes.
It's giving vibes. Yes, I took a vacation to Mexico, and I really like Mexico a lot. I love being in Viva la Mexico. I love the sun. I love being by water, and I love getting tan. So as a brown skinned girl that is a little bit more on the lighter side, I enjoy when I can go out in the sun and get golden and get tan. I have red undertones in my skin, so it really comes out. A lot of times people mistake me for other things once I get tan, which I can see, but yeah, so I'm very thankful. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm peeling a little bit, just a little. Overdid it just a tinge. But for the majority of everything, I was able to get my skin one color, because I was out here looking almost like college ruled paper. And I don't want that. No disrespect to my non-melanin queens out there, but your girl wants to look like what she comes from. So, yes, I had an amazing week there. We did an all-inclusive adults-only resort, which I don't even know how to explain. It sounds just like what it sounds like. It was quiet, but lively. The food was great. The amenities were great. I'll shout the hotel out once y'all do a little partnership. I ain't gonna tell y'all where we stayed, But if you want to fly us out, if you want to fly the Friendship University podcast out to your city, and we could do some live recording or some shows or some in-person classes, hit us up. We're all about the travel. Everybody got their passport. Everybody up to date on their immune systems. The shots is up to date. Everything. So we are good to go. But it was a great time. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm so thankful that I got a chance to relax. I do not take it for granted that I could take a week off from work and do nothing, essentially. Wake up, decide whether I wanted to leave the room or not, because you literally didn't have to leave the room if you didn't want to. It was 24-hour room service. Um, so, yeah, I'm very thankful. I'm happy to be back. I will also say this. So, your girl, I ain't gonna hold you. And I'm still waiting on that partnership, but I'll go ahead and say the name. I'm usually a Delta girly. I got status on Delta. I was in Atlanta. Delta has their hub. There's a lot of flights going out. I've been flying Delta since I was small. My mom's a Delta member, so all these things. But your girl was on Southwest coming back, and I was boarding my plane as everyone else's system was down. I was like, oh,
Wow.
so long, farewell, Avita,
Ah,
say goodbye. I felt like royalty a little bit. I said, oh no, not
wow.
Southwest. Said they still running Windows 97 and we're not doing the updates. See, this is why I'm gonna tell y'all what I don't have the automatic updates on my phone. I'm gonna look at what you're updating before I accept it. Okay, you're not gonna just automatically update it without me acknowledging it and accepting it. So, yeah, I got on that flight, had no issues. We
Wow.
boarded on time, we got back on time, no issues with the bags, anything. I see that there's like a still an ongoing issue now where people have gotten to their destinations or wherever, and now bags are lost all over the world because planes got redirected and delayed and stuff like that. And so I personally do know what it feels like to lose a bag. This is
Mm.
no shade, no tea, but Delta has lost one of my bags before. So
Did you ever
it
get it back?
sucks. I never got it back. Mm-mm. They had to pay me out. Yep, I never got it back. What
Wow.
this was my I this is what I surmised. I was on a work trip and I got to the airport way earlier than my flight, which I normally don't do. And don't be like me, I play a sick game. I really do be playing a sick game. I get to the airport like 45 minutes before my flight starts boarding because I literally walk up and they're like almost at my section to board. That's the game that I play. Don't be like me. Um, but for whatever reason, I think I had to get to the airport early. Maybe I was carpooling with someone or something. And I asked if they had an earlier flight since I had been there already. And they said, yeah. So they moved me to an earlier flight. So what I think happened was my bag just did not make it on that early flight.
Mm.
Like because I had checked it and it was supposed to be on this flight, it didn't. So it probably did eventually make its way to my destination. But when I landed and went to look for my bag and they do a search. Like you put in your report and I think they take 24 hours to search for the bag. And then they came back and they said they never found it. So,
Mm.
I had to do a report. I ain't gonna hold you. They paid your girl out well. I had a lot of stuff in that bag. So they paid for it. They paid for everything that was in there, but it still sucks. It just sucks because to this day, one of my favorite flowy like caftan cardigans was in that bag. And I have not been able to find another one like it. Like,
Mm.
it's just gone. So, I know what it's like to lose luggage. So, Godspeed to all of those people. I hope you find your bags. I hope they make their way to you. And I hope you get to your destination safe and sound. But yeah, that was the chaos happening. How are you? How was your
Doing
week?
well. I was pretty a little crazy, but like cool. I would have to say that life is always throwing new challenges your way, and you just gotta like roll with it. So I'm looking forward to some of the stuff that's on my calendar the next couple weeks. So we're just rolling in the deep. Yeah, we're just rolling with it. Yeah.
Just keep swimming. Are we going to be able to hear
Just
some of this
think you're
stuff
it.
soon? Are you going to share with the podcast some of your endeavors coming up in the coming weeks?
I will. I will as they continue to come up. I have like stuff on the calendar, singing fun singing things and stuff like that. But I will keep you guys posted.
Trying to give our listeners something to look forward to so you can be the first in the know if you listen week after week. As you know, you can anticipate episodes from us every Friday, Friendship Fridays. Pew, 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 pew. Yes. Uh,
No,
speaking of it, da 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 da. Speaking of the gunshots, I actually have been looking into going to a gun. I've been trying to, not been trying to. I have been contemplating and wanting to go to a gun range
mm,
for a while now, some years,
yeah,
honestly. I am not a fan of guns. I do know why they. I think I have an understanding of why they exist. They're not for me. My mom doesn't really like guns. My dad did have guns growing up. We never really saw them, but we knew they were in the house. Uh, but I'm just not. I've never really like been a fan of them. I really never. I'm not afraid of them per se. I just was like never. But I've been really thinking lately it would be a really good thing to know how to handle one,
yeah.
to
I,
shoot, get some practice, different things like that. So I have been looking for some courses in my area that actually will go in depth, like 101 to through 102, 103, all that for guns. And I found a few places, so I will keep you all posted on that journey that I'm taking to get a little more acclimated to that. Because your girl may be strapped in the coming weeks. I may get a license to carry. I got my pepper spray and my shank, but I've been thinking about getting that blicky. Bah, bah, bah.
okay. But yeah, I understand that. I've never been to a gun range, like ever. I've always wanted to go. I've never been though. So yeah.
I think that it's um I'm not gonna say every person should, but I do think it's something worth putting on your list to, I
I
don't want to
think
say
so.
experience, but like get an acclimation to, like just get an introduction to it, because I don't think a lot of people, the average person doesn't probably know what a gun sounds like, especially if it's in your vicinity, close to you. They don't know the power of a gun when you're actually shooting, what happens to your physical body, your hands. So it's probably something that a lot of people could find value in, I think, if they took the time to
Hmm.
just go to one. So, and my ladies, if you have a fear or you have like an intimidation, it's a great chance for you to go without any judgment and really get a feel for it, feel the weight of a gun in your hand, and learn how to pack a bullet, just different things like that. So, yeah, I think that's good. I'm gonna keep that in my to do list and be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So as I noted, we're almost at 100 episodes. We actually will be there in the coming week, and we're gonna have. I
Amazing.
don't even know what to say, honestly. I had I know, right? Claps
Round of
on.
applause.
It came up so. It feels like it came up so fast. So we're in the works to try to plan something really special for you all for the 100th episode. And we hope that you all enjoy it. So please stay tuned. We'll be posting about it on our social media and everything like that. And we're gonna try to make it as special as it sounds. 100 of anything is no small feat. So, I'm very thankful that I've had the opportunity to do this with friends who mean a lot to me, who have a lot of input, and I'll save the sentimental speech for the actual 100th episode. We'll just leave it at that. So, if you haven't been under a rock, we know there are some things going on politically in this
Yeah.
US of A happening.
Mm-hmm.
And as the most recent announcement, we know I don't even know if we could say that term on here without getting blocked. The Assasa, y'all can fill in the blank, has happened. And now our buddy Biden has officially announced that he will be taking himself out of the race and endorsing our good silk press lady, Kamala Harris. I feel like Marvin Gaye. What's going on? What's going on? What's
Yeah.
going on? Tell
This
me
is
what's going on.
it makes you miss the days that you were a child and you just were like living your little best life and you didn't have a clue what was happening.
Not
Because to
one
be an
clue.
adult and you're just like, what? Did that really just happen? I'm not privy to how they like what happens officially now. Someone, how do they decide? Is she automatically like, I'm not,
No, she
as,
has to
you
be
know,
selected. So the
right.
same
So,
way he was selected as the Democratic candidate, she will now have to go through the same kind of process
process.
to be
Yeah, so this
selected.
should be really interesting. It's just giving very much interesting. So,
It's
I don't know, people. Just everybody pray.
That's really
Everybody.
it. just just now.
Turn over your plate and
Turn it
pray.
down. Just give us 3 solid days. Just
And
oh,
pray for
and just
America.
pray for America. Pray for your land. Pray.
Pray. What Twinkie Turner supposed to say for the USA?
USA. And she was on to
Pray
something. She
for
was
the
on.
US. For real.
She was on to something. We didn't get it back
She had
then,
a
but
revelation. Yes, we
I,
need prayer.
yeah, we
What is happening? It's giving Simpsons. What's happening?
it's really giving. We're going to be in a cartoon in about 30 years. Like, it's really giving.
What's
The
happening?
Europeans are going to read about us in the history book and be like, what the HE double hockey sticks is going on over there in
Has he
2024?
even said why yet? Is it come out
I
that he
don't
did or anything?
think he's given a reason.
Mhm.
I haven't seen, or let me say this, I haven't looked for any updates since the initial announcement earlier.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure. I mean, we all knew. I'm not gonna say we all knew. We all had a feeling he was not well in the sense of
Well, right,
the
right.
best state to run an entire nation.
And to be on a
To
campaign
be on a
trail, it just did
campaign,
campaign after date after date. I cannot imagine what it's like to run for president all and then to
you are
actually
not.
be
I
the
would
president.
imagine it's nonstop.
I
Like, you think
cannot.
about
I
celebrities and
cannot.
how they're always like, no, no pictures, no pictures. Like, campaigning is the same thing.
It's like you're
You're
on
on
tour.
a tour. Exactly. You're going from state to state, from city to city. You're talking to people all the time. You're doing press junkets. You're pushing out content. You're always being interviewed. You always have to be on. I mean, we're not even talking about the physicality that takes for you to get on a plane or get on a bus and be sitting and be walking and be doing that. And yes, what is Joe, like 81?
He up there.
81 or 80? He's in his early 80s, I think. And I'm not gonna hold you. I do know some 80-year-olds that be around here. They be bouncing, but they also are not running for president. So their day-to-day activities look a lot different than you having to do that. So it can look like, yeah, these 80-year-olds are more, and there are some 80-year-olds who I'm sure could do this, but you got to know your limits. And then a few days ago, he said he tested positive for COVID. So it's just like, that's another hit to your immune system that you have going on while trying to do
Like,
this.
but if he, but let's to be on tour and then your next stop is to be president of the United States of America for 4 years
Again,
straight. That is
again,
insane. You have
again.
to be, I don't want to say insane, but you have to be like such at the optimal health to be able to not only do a whole tour, but then become the president and be the president for the next 4 years. That means when he gets out of office, he'd have been like 86.
Close to 90, which is crazy.
Like closer to 90 than anything. So that's
Yeah.
just like,
And we are, I mean, the history of the United States does have more older presidents than younger. That this is why Barack was such a like breath of fresh air, because he was one of the youngest coming into office. But even look at what happened to him. I mean, his hair turned white.
he aged tremendously.
Like them 4 years, when he started, he looked like a 35-year-old man, and then when he ended, he was looking like he was in his 50s, 60s.
Mhm.
And now he back to looking young and vibrant because that stress is not on his back. But so Kamala will have to go through that. I agree though. The days where I could just get on my bike and not even have to think about it, come in the house, my parents may be talking to, I don't know what's going on. What's for dinner?
I don't know what's happening. Give me
Like,
a freeze pop.
where's the freeze
What a
pop?
freeze pop
I
is.
just want to
It's
push
my
pop.
fifth one.
Okay. I'm hyped up on Mountain Dew. Like, I just want to go outside and play.
Where the chips at? Like I'm not thinking about. I don't
I'm
know.
not thinking about
But as an
this.
adult, you're like really like, oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's wild. But,
It's
whatever it is, whatever the case may be, whoever is the president, you just have to believe, hey, God puts one up and takes down another, and no matter what happens, that you and your family's gonna be okay. That's why you stay prayed up and you stay focused on like what your assignment is and helping your community because that's not gonna change no matter who's president. So
no matter. If the
that part.
time, if you've
But
been
I am
thinking
very
about it,
curious to see who are these other people that are gonna throw their name in the hat. Are we looking at Hillary? Are people are just
I don't think Hillary
screaming?
got it in her
Yeah,
to go through that
pe-
again.
people are screaming Michelle. People are
And she
screaming.
don't want it.
I don't
She's
think Michelle
screaming,
wants it.
she's screaming right back. No,
Why would
thank
she?
you.
She was
No, thank
in the office.
you. No,
She
thank
was in
you.
the White House for 8 years. Like, why would she want to go back? Like, why? Like, why would she want to?
And now you think about it, her and Barack are kind of for couples who have old growing up children who have grown up and gotten out of the house. They're in a second life now. Like their life is different. It's kind of like a second win. They are empty, what they call empty nesters now. Both of their children are out. One has already graduated college and is moving on. The other one is on the way of graduating. He's been president. They're in retirement. They're like traveling the world, doing whatever they want to. They can do whatever they want to do now. I don't think she doesn't want that. I don't think Hillary. I'm not even gonna say has it in her. I don't think she has a desire to go through this again. Um. So I just don't know. We just got to stay prayed up. If you've ever been thinking about what else is out there past this, now is the time to hone in on some faith because I don't know how you're gonna wake up without it. It's pretty bleak if you are out there trying to do it by yourself. So maybe now is the time to really stop playing and skedaddling over it and really, pick up that Bible and really try to figure out what the truth is. It could really be beneficial for you right now.
Pick it up,
What do you have to
blow the dust off,
lose?
and crack it open. Okay.
What do you have to lose? Honestly, at this point,
Yeah, you need
What do you
something to hold you.
what do you
You need
honestly
something
have to lose?
you need something to ground you to keep you anchored because this world is like,
Every day it's
wow.
like I feel like I'm in a Speedy Gonzalez cartoon right now. Like every day we wake up, it's something. They may as well be dropping anvil anchors out of the sky at this point. It's like
Yeah.
literal cartoonish television esque things happening that you never really thought you would see in real life. I mean, this isn't, from my knowledge, I don't think this is the first time a president has dropped out of the race. It's been a long time since the president has dropped out of the race, and they usually don't drop out this close. We're in July, so
This
August, September,
late.
October,
Yeah.
November. Yeah, so 4 months was at 30, 60, 90, 100, like 120 some days, maybe, give or take. Yeah, I don't think it's ever been somebody who has done it this close to the election coming up.
Yeah.
So, just our prayer warriors out there,
And
we ask that you
and
just.
honestly, I don't think Kimala knew because I feel
I don't think
like
she did either.
if she knew she would have been more presidential like the whole time. Like she would have been out there kind of like, hey guys, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So when that came, people been like, oh yeah, boom, Kimla, but she really wasn't. She was still very much,
I don't think she knew either. I don't
yeah, I don't
think
think she
it
knew at
definitely
all.
probably took her back. She just did an interview with her sister where they were joking and laughing and just really being very calm. Not as you said, presidential per se, but just really like everything's fine, Joe's fine, all this.
Yeah, she couldn't have known. She could not have known.
which
She
is
could not have
which
known.
is another thing too, because we assume that someone running acting as vice president probably does have the desire to one day want to hold the presidential seat, but that doesn't mean that she wanted to do it
Yeah,
now.
that doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean
So even her taking up that responsibility and like stepping up and saying, okay, yeah, it's like probably a bigger deal than we really think about.
yeah, for sure.
um Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
Well, it's in God's hands at this point. It's in God's
Woo!
hands. The little quote in the photo that all the elders used to have in their house with the man in the sand, and it was only one set of footprints, and it
Baby,
was
footprints in the sand. I know that's right.
it's,
On the funeral fans, it was Martin Luther King and footprints in the sand. Okay.
that's me right now. I'm just being carried.
The funeral home fans, child. Them church fans.
Who I want to know who the manufacturer was for those, because why do we all have the same church fans?
I don't know.
Who chose Martin Luther King to be on them? Like, did that start when he was
Or
alive?
that scene from Good Times. It
Or
was like
the dancing scene? The one that JJ
the
painted?
church one. The church one though, with the black people in
Oh.
church. It looked kinda like that.
If
Child.
you knew your church was had a little bit of money too, though, if they used the church fans for like announcements or special stuff. If y'all had like a conference coming up and it was on the fan when you
Oh,
came,
y'all have money.
you had a little bit of money. You was like, oh, these are customized. Y'all did not press the automatic thing that was free. You like customized this a
Period.
little bit. That's
You knew
fine.
your church had money if y'all had programs every Sunday with
And
different
enough for
and
everybody.
enough for everybody. Every Sunday
Cause
y'all
if
had
you
nice
was,
fresh programs.
cause don't be coming 30 minutes late thinking you getting a program.
You're not finna get one.
You're not getting
You're
one.
not finna get one. Like
You
at the
you
fifth,
missed
they be like,
out.
let me see the obituary. I ain't get one. Now they got obituaries on the QR code. I said, Lord, I don't like it.
Did your dad used to collect obituaries?
I don't know, child. You know, old people collect obituary. They be like, you don't even know them like that. Why you want this obituary? Why?
It's
Girl, you know when some people be making posts for events and then they make it look like an obituary, you be like, your heart be stopping like, oh no. Oh, okay, this
Don't.
is just an
Oh,
event.
yes, I
I
saw
thought he went
one.
up to
I thought
glory.
he
I
up to
thought he went.
y'all celebrating the 27th birthday party. This look like he done gave up the ghost. Now what you talking about? Why would you do that? I just want you to know, you already know as my best friend, don't put me on no shirt. Don't put me on no shirt when I go. Don't put no wings on me on Facebook. Don't put no halo around me on Twitter. Like, don't do it. And don't show up to my funeral if you know you didn't like me. Because I will have security. They will be checking names to get them out of here. No, you didn't even like me on Earth. You was cursing me. I seen it. Get out of here. And don't be don't let nobody post something about me that you know ain't true. Like we was close and we was
Lies.
not close.
You lying.
You lying. Don't let them do that to me. I don't even really I wanna be cremated. I wanna be cremated and turned into the soil that you put into the ground to make a tree. That's what I want.
And
Just
a
put
tree
me in the
planted in
ground
your
in a
honor.
tree, and then in 30 years, when my great great grandchildren come back and they adults, they'll see me as a tree. There'll be a tree. Now I won't be there. My granny gone. Know that I'm gone. I lived my life and I lived it well, and now I'm up in glory, having the time of my second life of eternity. So I'm not there. Don't go there talking to me. If you talking to that tree and you hear it talking back, it's not me. It's the devil. The Bible says that the dead don't know what's going on earth. So it's not me. It's not me talking to you. Know that. Y'all don't talk back to that tree because that tree is not me. I'm gone. But that's
Oh
my
God.
desire. That's my desire. Yeah, I don't wanna. You can have a ceremony for sure. You can put my little urn. If you want to buy a casket, you don't have to put my urn up there with a nice photo. You could do that, but nah, I don't wanna. I don't want y'all to have to carry me and put me in the ground, do all that. I just want to be a tree. That's it. That's it.
Mm.
Well, yes, Godspeed to everybody, everyone who is able, vote to the best of your ability. That's all I can say. Just really don't let anything sway you against your better judgment. I think on some level, we all have a certain level of consciousness where we can sense, things. And so just, follow that and get out there in November and do the thing, you know, because that's all we got at the end of the day. We got to live here. Everybody talking about they going to flee. They ain't not taking us in Canada, especially if you was playing Not Like Us in your background. They banning people who standing for Kendrick. So don't do that. In better news, I don't know if do you know who Michael Strahan is?
I do.
Yes. Did you see that? I did not know this. So he has a 19-year-old daughter who had brain cancer.
Oh wow.
And she had to go through surgery. She went through the surgery and it was successful. And now she is in remission. She's officially like cancer free, which is
Mm-hmm. That's
great.
awesome.
I did
Mm-hmm.
not. It's like, man, at 19, thinking about that, having to
Wild.
go through that,
Yeah,
the
that's great.
the strength, even with him. I first of all, I didn't even know. I mean, I figured he had children, but I'd never really hear a lot about his kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then figuring out like brain cancer, we pray that you stay in remission and that you stay cancer free. And congratulations to you on ringing your bell. I saw a video of her ringing the bell.
Yeah.
She was done and exiting the hospital, so that was great. Also, I think this may be the I don't know. I think this may be the first time in history this has ever happened, but Usher has been nominated for 3 Emmy Awards for his Super Bowl performance.
Wow.
I did not even know that you could be nominated for an Emmy for a Super Bowl performance.
I didn't either.
So he could.
Anyone ever else been nominated
I
for a Super
don't
Bowl?
think so. I
Wow.
don't think so. Um, yeah, I didn't look it up, but I never remember hearing about any other previous Super Bowl performances getting put up for any awards, let alone an Emmy.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. Good luck to him, and we'll see what this is. A Usher for me is really a big inspiration because we don't really talk about the fact that it's not that this man has held relevancy his entire career. He's just been able to re-enter in to the new era. And not even with
That's
like
true.
changing much, because his music is still very similar to music he's made in the past. I listened
Hmm.
to a little bit of the new album. I mean, it has get progressed a little bit, but there were a few years where we did not talk about Usher at all. Like he
Hmm.
wasn't even in the conversation. I feel like after the height of Confessions, which Confessions came out in what, like 2006.
Hmm.
That was probably what, 2, 3, maybe 4 years of hype. He did his thing. We didn't really talk about him a lot between, like, I would say personally, I don't remember talking about or hearing about Usher, especially this much in the media between the years of like 2012 to like 2019, maybe
Hmm.
even 2020,
Okay.
which is almost 10 years that we really didn't hear a lot from him. I think one of the things I heard maybe in that time frame was the accident that happened with his stepson, where the
Yeah.
stepson died in that boating accident or something like that. That may have been the biggest thing I remember hearing about him before this like re-up. So I think it's really interesting to see someone who has been able to hone in on what they know they do best,
Okay.
and it's not necessarily a sticking to that, but like, yeah, I guess it is a sticking to that, like knowing who you are and being okay with that and letting that be enough.
Okay. Hmm.
Because when he got the residency, it he was doing that residency for months before it really blew up the way that it did on social media.
Okay.
So, but the residency was based on who we knew him to be this whole time. He didn't try to do new music. He didn't try to like change himself or his style or, I mean, for goodness sake, the man is still wearing full jean suits to this day. So, just be who you are. Be who
Hmm.
you are and let the work speak for itself, I think. It's really great and impactful
Hmm.
for sure.
I would love to see some fresh, some new R&B people, some new male R&B people. I feel like we haven't had like a big new voice in the R&B male landscape in a long time. I would love to see some like a new talent.
Who who would you say out, like, not necessarily someone we grew up with, but like, is there anyone in the last few years that you can think about that, like, a male voice that really was the embodiment of R&B?
That came out in the last few years.
Like maybe, what is it, 2024? So let's say maybe since like, cuz cuz when I think about it, you do have some people, but I totally agree there aren't like a lot of men, not fresh new voices. You have like people put Lucky Day in the category of R&B. He came out, well, I'm not gonna say he came out. I was introduced to him in like maybe 2018. You
I love
have,
I I really really like Lucky Day's voice. I think he doesn't embody R&B though.
They put him
Um,
in that category, I think, just because his songs are
just
slower.
slower and like have that
Yeah.
a little bit more melodic or whatever. But his
Hmm.
topics is like he's talking about weed most of the time. To me, he's talking about like smoking and rolling and da da, and it's not about love. You know,
Yeah.
like I love you, girl. Come back to me, like ooh. You know, like it's none of that. So and then Givian,
Oh,
like
Giveon. Yeah. And I
it's
think
like
he came out, what, 2018, 2017?
he's got a nice voice, but I just don't think it's more on the toxic side. So I haven't heard anybody that's like got that cry. You know what I'm saying?
What a
Like
man dancing in the rain.
what in the desert with leather outfits on. Like nobody is, begging and pleading.
Nobody. Y'all
Nobody's
ain't
giving
doing
that,
flips in the sand with a sun spot around your belly
you
button.
know what I'm saying? And a wife beater and some boots. Like I'm not getting anything that's like, man, I need you. Like nobody's giving that. So I would love
No.
to see like everything is so toxic. I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so over that era. Like let's have a new era. Like let's get some baby making music. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get some love,
Let's get the
some
that's
some bringing
good that you
together.
said that, because it's interesting because we have like normalized this music as being the love making music, but how you making love to music that ain't talking about making love?
Right. It's like I hate you. Like I really
I
actually hate
actually
you.
really don't want you to be
Like
here in the morning. Like when I turn over and I turn back over when the sun is up, please be gone.
yeah, it's just not giving love coming together. Like what are we playing at weddings and what are we
You
playing at we playing all old music because like no new music is being made. So it's like everybody has to rehash and re-sing all this old stuff because there's no new songs that fit that bring people together like they used to. And so I feel like there needs to be like new,
there
fresh
was
people that
yeah,
talk about love.
there was I definitely agree with that. There was one cat that came out, and I'm not too sure if he's made new music. I haven't personally kept up, but have you ever heard of Sampha? Sampha's been out for a while, and he made send me your location. Let's
Okay,
focus on
okay,
communication. His music
okay,
was a little less
okay,
toxic in my book, but I haven't
okay.
heard anything new since that initial like rise of him, which was probably 2019, maybe 2020. So yeah, I can't really think of, if we had to do like a freshman class of male R&B singers, I could not give you a
I
cover.
can't say nobody.
I couldn't
I
give you
can't.
a cover. You've
I
got
can't
people that get put into that category just because of their sound, but what they're
because
actually
of their
talking
sound.
about
What the
does not
song,
fall in alignment.
which which to me is unwise because look at the songs that last the test of time. It's
Mhm.
like the love songs coming together. Just the two of us. The corny stuff. I know it seems like, well, that's corny. No, it's love. Like people still love love. As toxic as our world can be, it's still a place that in part of inside of all of us that's like, I want love. I want a pure, child like pure thing
Everybody wants
happening.
a connect, a pure, honest connection. Whether
Yes,
you're toxic or not, you could be out here saying, "I catch flights, not feelings." You're catching flights because you're in your feelings. Let's be honest. You're hurt. Somebody hurt you, and now you want to catch the flight to get away from those feelings.
yeah.
Like everybody
It's just
wants
like,
love. We're not made to
and
be alone.
And who always wants to fly by themselves? That's stupid. Like nobody wants to be alone for the rest of their lives. Come on, people, get stop. Just stop it.
Just cut
Just
it out.
quit. Stop the sham and the
Enough with the
shenanigans.
shenanigans.
Just stop it because you do want love. Like let's be
Mm.
honest. Nobody wants to grow old alone. Like who wants that? No one wants to be alone for the rest of their lives. Like most people want some kind of companionship in some. So let's just give it up and just be honest. So I think music um in its purest form, it speaks to that pure part desire in all of us, you know. um and not to say, there's not a room to talk about pain, because that's a common, feeling that we all feel. We all have pain, but we all want love, and we all cry, and we all want joy and have these joyful moments. That's why, like, songs like "Because I'm Happy," the simplicity, the childlike connect, it was like a phenomenon, because it was a song that embodied, like, at the very essence of humanity. We all want to be happy, right? We all love
Yeah.
that feeling, from a child to a 99-year-old. So I would love to see more R&B people make more loving music for people to come together.
Yeah, I feel like music is a really the music that's popular is a derivative of the times,
Yeah,
and
but
but there can be change agents that can come
music
in, and
can
music can
shift the
shift it.
time.
Yeah, there can be change agents that come in and shift that. And so
Yeah.
I would totally love to see people who,
My life isn't
and I'm not
complete.
even,
Like, what happened? My life is incomplete. Now you don't need nobody. You hate everybody. Like, wait.
and I think it's a dangerous game to
It's a
treat
dangerous game.
people
It's
as
a dangerous game.
disposable waste. Um,
It's a dangerous game.
yeah, I don't know what happened to the let's get married. I don't
Meet me at the
know.
altar. Like, come on. What happened? Like, what happened to love and, like,
Love and happiness. Wow.
love and happiness? Like, what happened? What happened? Because at the end of the day, if you read your Bible, they said to Jesus come back, they're gonna be married and given away. Like, people gonna be like, come on, get on the bandwagon. I'm just saying, just like, come on, keep. Let's listen. When we were in COVID, where could you go? You didn't have nowhere to go but
People
your
were
own
yearning for
house.
companionship.
And then you realize when the clubs are shut down and all this little stupid stuff is gone, all you have is your people, your family, the relationships that you have built, if you have built them. So it's just like, come on, people. Let's not act like we don't want love. Let's not act like we don't want, companionship, and we want, like, we just out here acting like we don't care and blah blah blah. It's just
Listen,
not true.
the
It's just
hookah
not true.
smoke is going to clear eventually. The hookah smoke is going to clear eventually, and there's not going to be anybody standing there if you don't
Nobody,
put in the
you're alone with your bottle of Casamigos and your hookah. Stop it. Just stop it.
enough. Enough.
Enough. Enough. We've had enough. Like, stop it. You at home, and then you realize, oh my God, I'm alone, and I don't really have nobody that really love, because you was out here playing around. Stop it, guys. Just stop it. And find you somebody. And we need more music to facilitate that mindset.
And we don't understand that media and all that facilitates where you really push yourself towards, because these are things you consume on a day-to-day basis. Think about
100%.
how much music you consume going
Yeah.
to work, being at work, coming home from work, working out, being at home,
Yeah.
chilling, cleaning up. taking a shower. You probably have these playlists going, and whatever's in this music is going to, whether you want to admit it or not, is going to have
It's an
some
affection.
type of effect on your mentality and the way that you view
Let
things.
let's take for example the independent woman movement. We were set up for failure.
Ah, good
Listen,
Lord.
it affected us.
First of
It
all, when I
as
find
as a
you,
millennial, as
when
a
I
millennial
find
woman,
you, lady, who fought for the right for women to work, when I find you, I find you, because I could have been okay staying at
we're
home.
underpaid and we're still working like a man.
Underpaid,
Like it's
overworked, and now look at this. I would have been okay. Barefoot at home sounds very good to me than an hour in traffic and doing small talk with Susan at the office, who I don't give a dang about. Yes, I'll be barefoot in the kitchen
but think
making the
about it.
dinner.
Think
No.
about us as millennial women who was like,
Let me
the women who
You want
independent.
to know what's
It's like
funny?
we were fed a lie. We
We
were
were
fed a
fed.
lie.
You want to know what's funny about that? The women who were singing that were not independent. They had
We're not.
lovers.
They had husbands
Beyonce said, "If you like it, you should have put a ring on it." He had put a ring on it. She was married.
at that time.
She was married when that song came out.
So
Like,
and it was so funny, and I love Sierra, but when she came out that independent woman song, when she heard that backlash, that song went absolutely nowhere because we're tired of it. We don't want to be
and
independent. We don't want to be working hard like this. We want to be married and we want families. We don't want that life. We don't want it. We don't want it. We were tricked. We thought it was what we were supposed to do, and
bamboozled,
now we watching
hoodwinked.
baking classes on YouTube. We trying
Y'all
to
was
figure out.
baking bread for no ends in 2020. Niggas was on Instagram and TikTok giving all kind of soda bread, Parmesan bread, Parisian bread, sourdough, wheat, white. Y'all was giving everything Panera on the internet. Now you domestic. Now you want to be Betty Crocker. Enough, okay? Because I cannot do it all. I don't care. I want to be at home. I don't want to have to bring home the bacon, cook it, cut it up, feed it to my baby, go to sleep, then wake up and do it all over again. You're
Girl,
crazy.
we were lied to. That's what we were. I don't care what y'all say. We were tricked. We were bamboozled. We
But you
didn't
want to know
land
what
on
the
Plymouth
funny thing?
Rock. Wait.
Plymouth
We
Rock,
didn't land on Plymouth
Plymouth
Rock.
Rock,
Landed
let it on
on us.
us.
We didn't know. We were taught. Okay, I get it. The generation before us, they were controlled in some ways. It was not right. I get what y'all saying. They like y'all don't be out here like us, blah blah blah. But also we were also sold this independent, we don't need men, I don't need you, blah blah. No, we don't want that life. We don't want. Sierra, you up here with the best of
The
the
best,
creme
the
de la
creme de la
creme
creme.
of men, creme de la creme, and
And
you
you
gonna make
talk
an
about
independent woman
independent.
song? We
Cut
don't
the
we want what
Somebody
we
cut the
want what
mic. Cut the mic. If I was in the studio, cut the mic. What you talking about? See, we
you
can't
don't live that life,
just.
man.
You don't
You
live
don't live
that
that life.
life. You
You got
said your
choices.
prayer and you got your man. And now you're trying to tell women out here that they can do it on their own when you ain't doing it on your own. You
You're
popping
not.
babies out for this man every other year.
You
You're
don't
liar.
want it.
You're
You
lying.
don't want it.
You're lying. I don't like it.
I love her, but I did not. I mean, I love her. I think she's beautiful. I think she's sweet. But that I could
Honestly,
not.
I
I was
don't know where
like,
that
ma'am,
came. I don't
we
know
don't
where
want
that.
that.
It just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense.
We
She
don't want
had
that.
come out with a song before that was like, okay, this is Oh Sierra, I'm liking it, and then you come out with this independent song, and we're like, where did you get this
We
from?
don't want this. We don't want to be
You
independent.
don't want
We
this. Why
tried
are
it.
you singing about
We hate
it?
it. We hate it. We don't want to work
You
like a
want to
man
know? You
and
want
be. We don't want it.
you want proof of how you know women don't want this? Because now all the music is about scamming niggas. It's about getting as much money as you possibly can from them. So if you really wanted to be independent, if that's really what you wanted, you wouldn't be out there with the po-po knocking at your door. Because you're a scammer. No, don't
I'm
nobody
just
want to do
saying,
that.
we don't want it. For the women that a lot of women want to be married. We don't want to be independent. We don't think we don't need no man. I need a man. I want a man. I desire a man. I have no desire to be a man. I want, I want, I want, I want to be a wife, and I want to have children, and I want to be barefoot and working
You
from home
you
a couple
sound
days a week.
you
I
know
don't
how
want it.
people you know how people be you know how they be
I
taking
don't want it.
you know how terrorists be taking people be with the newspaper and they be saying that's what you look like right now. I don't want this. Today is July. I'm alive. I don't want to be here.
I don't
I
want
just
it.
want to be.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to be an independent woman.
I don't
I'm
desire it.
done. I'm done. I hang up my little cape. I
I
have no
told
desire.
y'all that
None.
I
None.
told, if you want to go back and listen to this, dozens of episodes ago, I told y'all that strong black woman trope, I was hanging her up. I'm hanging her. I'm a damsel. I'm not in distress, but I'm a damsel. I need help. Change my oil. Change my tires.
Please
Take the
help
trash
me.
out. I'll do the
Help me.
dishes. I'll cook. Go to work. Please bring home the bacon. I'll cook
Please.
it. Like,
Please. I do not desire. You can run it. Listen, what you need? A sandwich? It's midnight. Bet. You need mayo or Miracle Whip.
would you
What
like
do you need?
would you like
Mayo or Miracle Whip.
tomato and
Would you like a
lettuce?
pickle or some chips? Because listen, I don't. What do you need? So we could all be in one. We could all work. Is to be a nice synergy. So we could have oneness and unity,
They lied to
because
y'all.
I'm not interested. Because all you asking for is a sandwich. I mean, listen. I'm here for you. What
Let
do
me
you
tell you
need from
something. Destiny's Child came out with independent women, and two of them ninjas are married.
me?
Kelly married, happy, doing NBA and Lego ads with her family. Beyonce married, going on world tours. And you want to know how she could do a world tour? Because her man was in the back with the children. She had help. Jay-Z was back there with the twins, making sure that they had their earmuffs on and their brains weren't damaged by the sound. You cannot do it by yourself.
You
Period.
can't do it. You can't look at the look at the. You can't, and I
You
don't
cannot
want
do
to.
it. And I
I
don't
have
want to.
no desire. I have no desire to be an independent woman. I don't. I
And
don't.
kudos, and I'm not gonna, and we don't, I'm not, we're not trying to disrespect any woman who is out there doing it by yourself, because especially if you have children and you're
You
going
don't
through a
have you don't have a
situation and you
choice.
don't have a choice, kudos to you. And we're still hoping that the desire for you to get partnership and to not have to do it on your own is there, and that you do find that. And shout out to the women that raised us, and women who did have to do it on their own and didn't have a choice. A lot of us did grow up in single parent households and different things had to happen. And but I really also want you to look at the lives of those women. And albeit they had good moments, think about the bad moments they also had. And the moments they never told you about. The
Yeah,
tears that they shared in the privacy of their own
yeah,
bedrooms that they never talked about.
yeah.
Nobody, men or women, want to have to come home and do everything. I am taking
By
care of
themselves.
myself right now, and I hate that I have to do everything by myself.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
children into the mix. Bring businesses, other activities into the mix. Nobody wants to do it alone.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you just think it's things as simple as like business, people have partners. Like, it's a reason why businesses with partnerships go 10 times than like a single
Mm-hmm.
deal. Like, you need each other. And I
Yeah.
mean, like, I'm not trying to go viral on nobody, but like, I mean, it's very specific. When people are like, what's the point of marriage? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, bruh, it's obvious. Listen, it's not good for men to be alone. It's not good for, like, you're not meant to just be alone your whole life. Most of the time, unless you have like a supernatural grace to
Yeah, and I
really
was gonna say
do it.
there are some
Like,
people who
there
are
are some
gifted
people,
to be
there
by
are some people
themselves.
that's gifted to do that, but
Majority,
a lot of us not. we need support. Like we need help. We need people to lift us up. And it's like a verse in the Bible. So I think I was just read it in Ecclesiastes, but it just talks about how two is better than one.
Hmm.
Because like if one falls, the other one can lift them up. And like if one is cold, how you gonna warm? Like two can warm each other. Like it's just so necessary that partnership and companionship and support be there. And like I think a lot of us learn in that millennial, it was like really highlighted that
Hmm.
this girl boss era. And I'm not to say that women can't boss up and do all, they absolutely can, but it was like you don't need anybody and you can do it alone. And I bought into that. I really thought that's how it was supposed to be. But now I see, like, man, like, to have a partner, to have a supportive partner, to have people that can lift you up when you're down, like that is priceless. Like the pressure doesn't all have to be on you. You can, like, if I can take stuff off of your plate so that you can go do other things, and like
Hmm.
us work together and be a team, and it's just can, I don't know, but I don't want independent my foot. I'm not interested.
I'm
Like
not. I
I
Yeah,
have lived
that
it and I give it back. I'm not doing that.
I would like to make a return on this purchase. I have my receipt. Thank you, because this package is not working out for me
I'm done.
at all, at
So,
all.
but
So
kudos to anyone who can do it, desires to do it. That's totally. But I do think our we were sold. We were sold something
definitely,
that was not good for us in the long run.
there's a way to embed confidence to do things on your own without extraditing the desire for individuals to still have offer help. And like, your declining help and doing and dying while you're trying to do everything by yourself is not going to get you a trophy at the end of the day. Nobody's going to be waiting for with a cookie. What do you gain by not taking the help that can be offered to you? What medal do you get for that?
Yeah, and I see it from guys too. Now in today's, like, well, I could do that myself. Well, I could do that myself. Yeah, you could, but like, why do you want to? Why you want to do everything yourself? How does that free you up to do other things that you probably need to put your vision on, or probably need to be focused on? Like why would you want to? Like, why would you want to do that all by yourself? You can't have babies by yourself. Like of course you could, like, go and adopt, but I'm saying, why would you want to do it all alone? The question is why. And then maybe if you dig, you might have a trauma based reason for why you feel the way you feel.
Absolutely. The reason people shun people or throw people away is not a natural innate thing.
Hmm.
Something has made you guarded, something
Yeah.
has hardened you, something has traumatized you to be
Yeah.
afraid. There are all these underlying reasons about why you shoo people away who try to get close to you.
Yeah.
It's a safety mechanism. A safety mechanism. It's not really keeping you safe. It's a
Yeah.
false safety mechanism that you have trained yourself to believe is a way that will avoid you getting hurt. But at the end of the day, the more people you shoo away and the more nights that you spend alone, the more hurt you're going to be. So you're still in a circle of hurt.
Hmm.
It's just
Hmm.
your choice to decide if you're going to be brave enough to step back out there, because we're not saying that everybody is great and people are always going to be kind or whatever. It's up to you to use your own discernment and to know who to let close to you, and who to trust and who to confide in. We're not just
Can
saying not go out there and find anybody and anything.
can I say something? If you want to be encouraged about the dating scene, get off the apps. And there's a particular app that's not a dating app, but these people are spilling their guts. Okay, men, women, boys, girls, they're spilling it, and it is Threads. Okay, Threads. If you get on Threads, all these men are like, I want a wife. I want to be married. Like, I can't wait to do this with my wife. I know this is a safe place because Threads is like totally different than any other platform. Everybody's so encouraging. Everybody's like, hey, I'm building my business. Look what happened to me today. Hey, we got married. Hey, we're having babies. It's like this really like this. I don't know what's happening on Threads, but it's very organic and everybody's like really excited like about life. And it's a lot of people. I said, when did Threads turn into a date now? Because they're like, comment under my post if you're single. It's a lot of mingling. And it's a lot of people being straight up about how they want to be married. And it is a lot of men up that are saying, hey, I want to be married. I'm looking for my wife. I don't want to be in these streets no more. I want to be inside, indoors.
I'm trying
And
to tell
I
you
was just like,
honestly,
wow.
yeah, Threads is a very
Wow.
pure.
It's very
It's
pure
it's
over
very
there.
pure.
It is. It is
And
really pure over there.
yes, I'm hoping that it can stay that way. Don't let a billionaire buy it.
It's
Um,
it's so pure over there. I don't know what's the algorithm happening over there, but it's just like people are connecting and like, ooh, I need friends. Ooh,
because what
this.
what it looks like, because I did so. Friendship University has a Threads account now. I did start
Period.
as a
Very
Thread
good.
account. So if you want, please go follow us over on Threads. We are Funny
And
Podcast at
and
Funny
I got like
Podcasts.
500. I got like 500 followers in a week on Threads. Like no, I'm like 300, and then the next week like another 300. And I'm not
Go
exaggerating.
go follow us. We're going to do better about posting over there. We just joined like a week or two ago. So go find us. I think the Threads algorithm makes it to where you only interact with people who are similar in what you are talking about or like what you're looking
Oh, it
for.
must be. It must be.
Yeah, so you don't really see if there are. I haven't seen anybody being absurd on Threads yet. But if that were happening, it wouldn't be happening in whatever like bubble you've built. So which
Yeah.
which to be fair is how Twitter used to be. You really used
Okay.
to only interact with people you followed or people who had similar like communication in their tweets as you did. And then it changed everything. I'm not gonna say everything changed when that maniac bought it. Things were already changing, but when he bought it, definitely like the whole algorithm. You just see anything now. Like you don't like on Instagram how now you don't see people you follow. You just see random stuff. You don't like that's kind of how it is on Twitter now. Like you're like, where are the
Yeah,
people that I
it's
actually follow?
yeah, it's a little bit much for me. But Threads is so positive. It's so happy over there. It's just like people getting money and trying to live their best lives. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's a good time. So go hit us up on Threads, and I'll check out and see what's happening over there. There was
Oh,
a
oh, it's happening. It is
the men
happening.
don't want to be single.
They don't. They
They
don't want
don't
to be.
want to
They don't want
be,
to be single.
and I can guarantee you, especially men, if you talk to older men who are not married, they're gonna tell you some things that you probably don't think they're gonna tell you. Because I've had a few conversations with some older men. I'm talking about 50s, 60s, even 70s. Some of them were married at one point, some of them never married, and they don't want to be doing it by themselves.
You sick, you get sick, like like who's gonna take care of you? I'm just saying, like, let's be honest here. Nobody, like, who's gonna take care of you? That's what I want. I don't know.
I don't know, y'all. Stop watching them Tyler Perry movies that make you think that all men ain't nothing and the light skinned man gonna come be your savior because he ain't. Like, please, just just get
That's
some
okay.
reality. Just get some reality. Cause y'all gotta stop. This man is a menace. Tyler Perry's a menace. I watched Divorce in the Black on my
What
flight
did you
back.
think? I haven't seen it. What did you think?
First of all, it's the same script.
Mm-hmm.
Woman getting treated badly. We don't really understand what she would. Corey Harderick's character, his name is Dallas in the film, and then what's her name? Not Gabrielle Union. Devon Franklin ex-wife, Megan Good. Megan Good is playing the main character. Corey Harderick is her husband. And this man has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Like, there's nothing in the script that will show you why she would have ever fallen in love with him in the first place. So you're like,
Mm.
how did you even? She comes from this like family unit, strong in love. It doesn't make sense. I will say there is a moment. Gosh, what's the lady name from Eve's Bayou? She, her and Megan Good. She's playing Megan Good's mother. They do have a moment. This was probably the best moment in the film. Where they have a really real moment where the mother gets a peek into everything her daughter's been through with this man. And so she just has like this really sentimental, like, I'm so sorry if I never made you feel like I was proud of you. This is not what I wanted. I taught you to be a good wife and I taught you to stay in your marriage, but this is not what I meant by that. And so she apologizes and they have this moment where, which I thought was good, because you don't really hear parents apologizing to their children.
Yeah, no, like
So
never.
that was probably 5 minutes out of the 2 hour film. That was the only redeeming. I can't even say it was redeeming. That was the only quality moment of the film. Everything else, there's no character development. Tyler Perry follows this script where instead of letting us naturally see the characters progress, there's these like monologues that go way back and talk about everything that's happened, about
Yeah.
all the characters, and then that's how we're supposed to learn their backstory.
Mm.
It's this like, you say you love black women and you say you love God, but that just never portrays itself in your films.
Mm.
It's just
I don't want to say
always like,
never.
I just
Never.
don't.
He had a lot of films though. Maybe as of late.
Yeah, it's just like, there's never any like balance. It's always an extreme. It's either a successful black family who doing wrong, like a successful black man or a woman, because he's had women do wrong too, who are evil inside, they just not good, or the good person who's getting done terribly all the time.
What I will say that there is one movie, and I haven't watched none of his most recent films, but I felt like Acrimony was a little bit better at. It wasn't like one clear good and one clear bad, which is more like human beings, because it's not one person that's good and one person that's bad. Everybody has a little good in it, like it's
It was a
redeeming
little bit more
qualities.
nuanced in that, but even with
Yeah,
that, it's like the man wrote you a check for $10 million, and you just going ballistic. How you get back on the boat? It's just like stuff just not adding up. I'm just like, why did she even? How did she even get on the boat?
I don't
Like,
remember. I haven't seen it in a long time.
it's like, why couldn't you get a job while you was Dexter Laboratorian? You couldn't go work at the Burger King from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then be in your laboratory from 4 to 11 or whatever. Like, and then, but that's, it's, yes, there was more nuance that, but even with that, it's like this. It's this portrayal of like Taraji P. Hence's character, who's supposed to be this good wife, and she loves him and she's supporting him and she believes in him, and it gives this mentality of false sacrifice. Like, believing and supporting someone does not mean to the degradation of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yes, she wanted to support him in all these years, and all this stuff happened where he never worked, and she ran through her mother's money that she left her. And then he, you know what I'm saying, finally makes it. And, you know, they get divorced because she asked for the divorce. And he tries to prove like it wasn't in vain. I did love you and I appreciate everything you do. So I'm gonna cut you this fat check and you're still going crazy. I don't know. I think um I mean, Why Did I Get Married was probably
That was a
a
classic.
it was one of his films that had just the right amount of drama. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't overt drama like
Mhm.
his other films. Like these like Divorce in the Black was just like you don't there's no reason that you give us that she would have been with this man since 17 outside of perhaps him being her first and they come from a small town.
Mhm.
And then there was just like this weird sex scene that he just threw in and I'm just like the Mia Kupla
Between
movie,
who?
Megan Good and someone that there's a man who wanted to date her when they were younger and he courted her and they went out a little bit while her and the husband when they were younger were not together. And
Mhm.
the husband and his brothers end up putting that man in the hospital when they were younger and she gets back with him and then they get
Oh.
married. And so when she goes back to the small town, they re-link up and he's like supposed to be this quintessential really nice guy. He's pure, he is divorced, he is a country boy who has morals and has really cared for her and had the hots for her essentially since they were young.
Mhm.
And then, you know, they eventually hook up. And it's like that Mia Coupe. It's like the same thing with the Mia Kupla thing with Kelly Rowland. It's like you think about outside of that man having been attractive, there were no qualities. If you're saying she's this character that would have been attracted to that, to
Mhm.
do that, to like cheat on your husband.
Mhm.
So it's just really awkward writing to me. And it seems really um there's either this imagery of black women that he has in his mind that comes out with this, or maybe he needs more writers in the room. It's just
Well, I can't comment on these films because I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen probably anything he's made in probably the last 3 years, and that's nothing against him. I don't I haven't seen a lot after COVID. I ain't really been watching no movies. If you really want to be honest, if I didn't go to the movies because somebody else wants to go, most of my time is spent probably seeing like a podcast or something something like that.
yeah. I watched it on
Um,
my flight back because I had to download entertainment and
but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen much of anything. So,
so
just I think just because of where I am in my life right now, I just
I mean
don't.
I get it. Don't watch it. I would say it's not
So I
and
can't
this
comment, but
yeah, it's no
hey,
shade to him. Your methods have made you a millionaire. You've got your formula and it works for
it
you.
works. It
So
works. Definitely
I'm
works.
not mad at the formula. I just would love to see um a little bit more of what you say out of your mouth reflected in your films. That's all I'm saying. Or either just keep your mouth shut and make the films. And then I don't have to have an expectation of what to
You
expect.
can't tell that man to keep
And,
his mouth shut.
I mean, I'm not telling him. I'm just saying, like,
You cannot tell that grown man to keep his mouth shut. He's
I'm
a grown.
just saying, like, I would not have had expectations of, and not even expectations because I got exactly what I expected. I knew it was
Oh,
going to
okay.
be a Tyler Perry film. When I saw the premise of it, I was like, good girl, bad relationship, gets out of relationship. He doesn't want to let it go. She finds solace in a good man. Good man protects her.
They fight. The
They
end.
fight. The end. That's it. So I knew that was what was gonna happen, but yeah, it's true to form. So, and like I said, it has made you a millionaire, and you have been able to get yourself up out of the slums of sleeping in your car and do all these things that you said you've done for Atlanta. I've never seen them, but you've said that you've done them, so I trust that you've done them. And yeah, so keep pushing on. At the end of the day, I don't answer for anybody else's art. I just
That's true.
make what I am supposed to make. So you got an audience, and you are giving it to that audience. I mean, I watched it, so I watched it because of some of the commentary I saw about it. I'm also a cinephile, though. I just love film, and I'm going to watch films regardless of the reviews, just so I can have my own takes on them.
Hmm.
So,
What's
uh,
the last movie that you've seen that you were like, Chef's Kiss? Now that was a good piece of cinematography. That was amazing. What's the last film?
the last film that I saw, cinema. Okay, there.
Were you like, that took me somewhere? That took me on a journey. That was like, that was some good art. Like it made me cry, made me tense, made me so many,
Um,
smile.
I okay in theaters or at home because
Just at all. Where you were like, man, that was good.
I think the last film that I watched where I was like, man, that was great.
Hmm.
This is gonna okay. So I'm gonna say two films because one of them I had seen before, but I was really young when I watched it, and so I recently rewatched it because it was on one of the streaming platforms, and I was like, oh, they got this film. I ain't seen this film since before I was supposed to look at it. I think I was like maybe 10 looking at it. There's a film called The Long Kiss Goodnight with Samuel L. Jackson, and I probably watched that film once. I think I was watching it with my sister or something, or maybe I was with my parents. We were watching it. My mom had the VHS, and it recently re-released on one of the streaming platforms, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is a great film. Like, came out in the 90s, so has the 90s aesthetic for sure, but still just plot, action, drama, cinematography. Great Samuel L. Jackson film. Um, in theaters, I'm not gonna hold you. Godzilla 1 was actually a great film, cinematography wise. It had a great prequel story. It kind of showed you some kind of origin, even though we kind of knew the origin already. But the scoring of it, the way that it was shot, the the build up in the build up of relationship between emotion within you to the characters, wanting the characters to make it, wanting them to win, um, getting to the end goal. Everything for the most part was realistic in a sense. Like, you don't necessarily go to movies for it to be realistic, especially when you're looking at an action movie. But the twist were like, I could see that happening actually.
Hmm.
Oh, this is good. This is good. This looks good. The way it was visually on the screen was really great. I also enjoyed Bad Boys 4.
I
It was
haven't
funny.
seen
It
it.
was
I can't wait to see it.
funny.
Maybe I'll see it next week.
It was funny. It had callbacks. So, like, things that were mentioned in the films before.
Mhm.
Good, great character development. Reggie, if you remember from the very first film, who's dating the daughter, who has had this progression over these last three films to getting
Don't tell me
married.
though. Don't
Oh,
tell
well,
me.
I don't
Don't
know if
tell me.
you've seen, okay, well, in
Okay.
2 and 3, he makes appearances. He
Okay.
essentially is married to the daughter in the third one,
Mhm.
and he's in the Air Force.
Mhm.
So it's just great. They a circle around for his character development is happening now. The relationship between Martin Lawrence and Will Smith is realistic. It's like it's a continuation of the growth between their partnership of what they've been able to build inside the precinct and outside of the precinct. And then it's just a lot. It's good action. It's like just the right amount. I think because the reason I really like Bad Boys 2 better than the first one is because the first one is a lot of action. It's like right off the gate, it's action. Um, and we kind of get a little bit of storyline, and we get a little bit of each character and their development. We learn about Mike Lowry, we learn about their past. But the second one has better dialogue, and they
Mhm.
continue to build on that dialogue in the third and the fourth one. So that was a great film. Um, Outside of that, I really been watching a lot of old films. I haven't really been watching a lot of new films. I did watch this film not too long ago about this kid. What was the name of that film? This kid, he gets paralyzed on his at his graduation party, and it talks about like the life that has to change in him, all these plans he had because he was like an athlete. And he kind of like learns a new identity and learns strengths that he didn't know he had, and he becomes like this activist for disabled people. And
Wow.
uh yeah, it has a really cheesy ending. I'm not gonna hold you, but it was cute. It's on Hulu, and I can't really remember the name of it, but yeah. Outside of those, I've really just been watching old films. I've been revisiting catalogs of films that I saw when I was younger and haven't really seen since, just to like gauge on how I feel about them today.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I will definitely watch a film over a show.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it's some films that I can think of that like stuck with me and like, man, I'll never forget that. And I thinking like, wow, that was such a well done, film. The concept was like not overdone at the time. At the time it was like now we have so many versions of Taken, right? But when Taken came out, that was like with Liam Neeson, it was just like kind of like a thing. But now it's so many versions of like where hunt people down and go get them back, blah blah blah. But when that came out, that was like to me a good film. And then like the stuff like The Matrix that like changed the game, like revolutionized. I feel like film like The Matrix or in as far as action goes. And then like in the love romance thing, it's like things like The Notebook, right? The Notebook is like one of those quintessential films that every time you watch you're like, oh my
You want to know
god,
what's funny? I think I'm the only woman on earth who's never seen The Notebook. I have it on DVD and I've never watched it. Mm-mm. Never watched it. I've
You've
never seen
never
it. I
watched.
have it on DVD right now and I've never
Why,
watched it.
why have you never watched it?
Um, at first it was kind of like this
Rebellion.
rebellion.
You're
It was
rebellious.
this rebellion on like,
You're
man,
being
everybody
rebellious.
talks about The Notebook and that can't be the best rom com. But then I like
It's
read
not a
reviews
rom
of it.
com. It's like a romance. It's really not a rom com.
Yeah, but I gotta watch it for myself. But I also read that she wasn't, no, she was not the greatest person. So I think maybe one day I keep
You
saying I'm
have to
going to
watch it.
watch it. I keep saying it.
Watch it tonight. Watch. I
I don't
mean,
know
not
why.
tonight because you got to work, but I mean, watch it like
Unfortunately,
this week. You have to, and we have to talk about this again because it's like the best romance film that I've ever seen. I think.
I don't know. I'll have to watch it and
Okay,
think
what's
about
your
that.
favorite romance film? Okay, like other than like, I mean, of course we have things like Love and Basketball that has a little special place in my heart, but when you really think about it, it was like really annoying. She was really being annoying. I mean, he was really being annoying,
They
but like,
both were being annoying to one another. I mean, he
yes,
was
they were. They were.
unrealistic and she
I
was
still,
being annoying
I'm,
too.
I still have a little place in my heart for Love and Basketball, but
I mean,
the
you gotta
Notebook,
have to.
you have to. But the Notebook is a really good love story. Like, it was one of a kind. I'm sorry, it was one of a kind. It was one of a kind. It's like, you know how we feel about like when we were watching Love Island. It's like you don't know. You be like, don't be with him, but you kind of still understand that she could still love him. But you be like, be with him, but I do understand that you love him because you can't help it. But he's the one you should be. It's like all these different emotions, like that. It's like in one film.
Well, I'll watch it. Maybe
You
I'll
should watch
watch
it.
it before we have
You should definitely watch it.
the next um
Don't be
the
rebellious.
next taping. But it's not rebellion now. It's just like so much time passed, and
You
I
should
was
still watch it.
like,
It's a classic. It really is a classic. I want to watch it again because I forgot. But she did an awesome job though. They were both such great actors. Like to be in a love story, I think you have to really be a good actor. Like you really have to sell it.
to
Like
be
it
in
has
a
to
love
be like,
story, yeah.
it has
Because
to feel
there's
real.
definitely a difference between romantic films and rom coms for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's definitely not a rom com.
So
Definitely a romance.
I never, yeah. I mean, I can watch it. I have it on
It's a sweet,
I have it on DVD, so I can
it's a
watch it.
sweet
I
film.
gotta figure out what I can watch it on. Maybe it's streaming somewhere. So I don't have a DVD player anymore, but I can try to watch it.
It's so sweet.
I
I'm
mean, if
trying to
it,
think of any other love story, like love,
I mean, there are like
that
the
I
other
felt like
like
was really good.
there are other classics. You have When Harry Met Sally, which was cute. Even like 6 Degrees of Separation, in a sense, is a love story because Will Smith gives his final organ, which is his heart, to the love of his life. So like 6 Degrees
That's
of
seven
Separation
pounds.
or 7 pounds, yeah.
Hmm.
So that's kind of like this. I mean, the whole movie isn't centered around that, but you have that. Um, you have the love stories that don't end well, like you have A Star Is Born, which has this really sad ending, but just like beautiful romance throughout it, and you have like this beautiful art that is made because of this love.
Nah, you
Um,
gotta see Notebook. You let me know how you like it.
yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm like looking at some. Yeah, I'm looking at some reviews of it. I can get that. Um, you also have what was that? What was that film? There's another film. It actually is. It has. He plays a disabled man, and he falls in love with this woman. Um, I cannot remember the name of it though. Uh,
I also have a thing for like superhero movies in the future. Like I really used to like Hunger Games. I used to really like Divergent, Bird Box, like stuff like futuristic, but like it's like a bad, and then it's like a hero that be saving everybody. I kind of like that.
yeah, we're living in the Hunger Games now.
Don't
So,
say that. No, ma'am. I got to keep my positivity.
I mean, positivity and facts can coexist.
No, I got
You
to be
just got to.
positive.
Positivity is not blindness.
We are not in a faction. We still have food to eat. We not hunting.
We
We not hunting
do.
for
We
people.
do. We ain't in.
Not as of
When
now.
I say we're living in it now, I mean mark my words for the future. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-uh. Shut up. I'm trying to stay positive.
I know, but the Bible is real, so we just
I'm
got to be
breathing. Where's
we've
my
got to
passport?
we've got to be real about what it says. Um,
Passport.
get your life right is all I got to say. So I
I can't
saw
whistle. I can't
you
whistle.
can't whistle. I thought
It's
people
not.
who could sing
I
can
like.
whistle.
I can, but it's not coming out right now. I can't whistle at all. I'm trying to whistle the little. I can't whistle it. I feel like Peppa Pig. She was like, "Can you whistle?"
And she was
She's
like,
like,
whistle?
she's
What's
like,
whistle?
she's like, and then she's like, click.
She was like, you put your lips together and blow. She was like,
Blank. You can whistle and I can't.
Peppa Pig, wow. So I saw
Wow.
this question and I thought it would be interesting. What is the ugliest fashion trend right now that no one talks about and why? To
Ugly.
you, what's like in everyone's doing it now? You're like, that's actually pretty ugly.
I haven't really been keeping up as much as I probably should, but
Uh, it, it could be makeup trend. That's fat. That's kind of in
I
the
don't like
beauty.
long lashes. I just don't like it. I think it looks ridiculous. I hate it. The long, I don't like long eyelashes, and I don't really like bright, colorful eyeshadow. I hate it actually. I actually hate long
What do you mean,
eyelashes.
like bright color? Like just one big bright eye?
I don't like super colorful eyeshadow. It when it's like, I think there's a place for it. I think if it's on your lid, you have a color, but to have like five colors and then a color in between, I don't like that. I don't like it. It's over the only thing it makes sense is if it's like on a editorial, but to be walking around like every day, I just don't like it. I just think it
Hmm,
looks silly.
I can see that. I
Yeah,
I agree. The tarantula lashes.
I hate them.
I don't. Y'all.
I don't like people wearing bonnets outside. I don't like that. I
I
don't like
don't
when people
like.
wear pajamas. I don't like when people wear pajamas like their regular clothes. I don't really like that either. I think that looks ridiculous. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the big lash. I'm not a fan of the long and jam packed lashes. Like you look like you have a tarantula on the top of your eye.
Yeah, I don't like when people get their lashes done and it's like super thick. I don't like that either. I just don't like thick, heavy, long lashes. I just think it looks not good.
It just can you what can you see? And then
Yeah, it looks painful. I don't like it.
lash technicians, please stop posting the videos with their eyes bloodshot red.
It's so scary.
Please.
I don't understand.
Why
It
are
makes me.
you? What is happening?
I don't
Your
like it.
eyes are like you look like.
But but I think for the most part, the makeup trend, which is like clean girl aesthetic, which is less is more, I love. I think it looks good. I don't like I like neutral colors. I don't like super bright unless it's like for a photo shoot or something.
I don't think I see.
Yeah, I don't like
Well,
that.
you want to know what's funny? So in Atlanta, the lashes are everywhere. The thick, like tarantula eyeballs, be everywhere. Like you gonna
I
fly
also
away. But here, you don't. You see lashes, but it's really like natural,
yeah,
or
New
it's
York,
not
East Coast is not doing all that.
thick.
I think that's
It's
a southern
not.
thing. It's a
It's
southern thing.
not thick at all. They really just you don't even I was thinking about getting my lashes done for this trip. I've never got my lashes done, so I decided against it because I didn't want any kind of like I didn't want to chance it and have an irritation or something happen. I'm
Hmm.
gonna go back to this girl that I saw though, because she does these really beautiful natural lashes,
Hmm.
and that I can wear with my glasses, and that's really what you see. And the eyes weren't red; it was just really like normal. And I'm like,
East
this is
Coast
what
is
it's
like,
supposed to look like.
yeah, East Coast they're different. They're ahead. They're ahead. I also don't like super naked clothes. I don't understand why one will wear no clothes all the time. Like I just don't get it. I don't. I as a grown woman, um, I just think it's too much. I just think it's too much. I just think,
Is I was gonna say I don't particularly like the new mini skirt trend where part of your butt is out.
yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't.
really a fan of that. I just
I don't.
don't.
I just don't
It
like it.
just kind
Like
of
the
seems.
I don't
First of
like the like
all,
one
are you not
pieces.
going? First of all, are you not going anywhere public? Because you gonna just put your bare butt to cheek to see where
That's
other people
disgusting.
see it.
Your booty
You
gonna be
got real.
itchy and
You
broke out.
you put bare butt cheek to see where people have been sitting all day. Like you go into restaurants and stuff. Unless you just gonna be in your car all day, you just put bare butt cheek to see.
Yeah, I don't really like the outfits where it's like all the way see through and you can see people drawers and stuff. Like you know the dresses that's like see through, but then you can see their drawers. Like I don't understand that. Like why are we doing this? Like why are my butt cheeks out walking around? Like I just don't get it. I just don't think it's a good idea.
I don't. Yeah, I've never really liked butt trends anyway.
Yeah, I don't like
I,
that.
I I didn't like it when they were doing the low cut, low rise jeans with the crack out. And Beyonce, girl, don't think I forgot about you because you was doing it in hip opera, and it's your fault. People thought that they could have their butt crack out with that thong showing.
I was tired of
I
it.
didn't like that either, and that was back in
Yeah,
the early 2000s, and now it's just kind of shifted, and now they got bottom cheek out instead of top, and I
bottom
still don't
cheek.
like it.
Yeah, I just feel like some of it is like too much. And I mean, yeah, I just think we need to tone it down. I think, and not that I'm trying to comfort people's style, I think you can be so stylish with clothes on. I think style is does not equal naked. I say this all the time. Like art does not equal sex. Like we can be stylish. I see so many super stylish people with amazing color and patterns and all that, and they wear the clothes. I mean, they give clothes, they give style,
Thank you,
and they. I mean, it's beautiful, and
hmm
they're covered up. It's not like, man, I can see her butt. I can see her. Like it's beautiful. So I just would love for us to bring art and style
I
back.
think I think with fashion for me, um, pe- eccentric pieces and silhouette do way more than
Yes,
just showing.
silhouette. My mom taught me that. My sister taught me that. Silhouette, not skin. Like you don't have to show all the skin to show you have a nice body. Like you can have a nice body and just show a little silhouette, not all this bareness.
I think silhouette kind of because what art oftentimes induces in people is their own imagination to think
Right.
about things. And so when there is nothing to imagine, it's like if you go to an art gallery and you see a picture of just a basic sun, you know it's a sun. But if you see this really abstract watercolor things, you're looking at that like, huh, I don't
Right.
really what's
It's
that?
nothing
Like
but
what is it going?
imagination. That's right.
I'm not gonna stare at the sun too much because I know that's the sun.
I already know.
I already know what that is. But I'm gonna look at this art because I don't necessarily get it. I kind of want to try to figure it out, and in my figuring it out, my own imagination is making up what it could potentially be. I'm putting things together in my mind. I'm saying so. I liken that a little bit to fashion as well.
Like, where's the mystery? Where is the mystery?
And
Where's the
you
mystery?
can be and I mean all skin isn't necessarily bad. It's just
Okay, so it's
how
the difference
many
between
mesh one pieces can you own?
how many? What?
Did Fashion Nova have a
With
sale?
mesh one pieces with glitter on it covering your like how many? It's just the same thing over and over again. We're tired.
And I have never liked this. This is way back in my day when I thought I was going to be in fashion. And who knows, maybe in the future. But when I thought I was going to be in fashion, and I was doing like music videos and styling and stuff like that. I never liked it when people were wearing the same stuff. Like that little body mesh bodysuit thing. I'm like, why does everybody have this? Y'all ain't got no other club outfit?
Nothing. This one piece, I'm tired of
I
it. I
don't
don't
like
want to
some
see it again.
creativity. Like
I don't want to see.
what happened to the days where we didn't have a who wore it better because people weren't wearing the same thing?
Yeah.
It was really like people were on the red carpet wearing custom made
Custom.
gowns.
I don't know. I think it depends on what you're wanting to be. Like, for instance, I know for me, as I get older, I have changed the way I'm like, as I've matured, my relationship with God has matured. I've grown. I'm like, okay, Tarrah, it's certain things that I think how you present yourself tells a story. And so you're not 22 anymore. There's a way that you need to probably present yourself so that it it puts out who you really are on the inside. And sometimes you really got to take a look at who you really want to how you really want to be. And I've been seeing this lately. It's this trend, and it's like how we used to dress 2021. It was like really maybe sporty, very young acting, and then it's like 2024 and it's like really mature and like rich. Have you seen like rich girl aesthetic and like
Mm-mm, haven't seen
old
it,
money aesthetic? It's like this
but I
very
love it.
like Hamptons. It's giving rich Hamptons vibe,
Literally,
clean.
you know what's this is why I don't know, I just love fashion because my mind thinks about it even before I see it because that was
Hmm.
literally my aesthetic in Mexico. Like I had
Yeah.
the bags and the heels and the dresses and because
Yeah.
I knew my skin would be glowing, so I wanted to have my
Yeah.
shoulders out and I wanted to
Yeah.
like
Yeah. And so, like, to me, as I've grown and as I've matured and as I see my certain things, it's like, okay, Tara, it's not about, like, you need to put out how you want to be uh, presented and approached and addressed. And does this give what you want? Is it saying what you really want to say? Is your style really saying what you want to say? So yeah, I'm learning, and I think there's always room for improvement, and it's always okay to grow. Like, maybe 2 years ago it was all about showing all your whole legs, but now you don't want to. Maybe you want a little bit more coverage, or maybe you're blessed and maybe it was all about showing that off, and now it's like, you know what, I don't have to show that. I can leave more to the imagination. So I really think it's okay to mature and evolve, but I hate
your
the glitter
style.
ones.
I think
I
your
don't want to see
style,
them again.
yeah, your that style does change, and as a woman who is busty
But
and I
same.
do like to show a little skin.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think I remember. You remember when Tumblr was a thing? I had this one like viral Tumblr moment where I posted and I was like, "Fashion is the armor in the war for identity." Like it blew up. It was like, and
Okay.
I had this like the little aesthetic photos you used to have with the tape, and like look, but I still do really believe that. I feel like what you wear does say, or whether you want it to or not. Some people do it consciously, some people do it unconsciously, but it says what you think about yourself, who you are, and what you want to present to
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
And so, if in your mind you're like super sensual and sexy and seductive, and this is who I want to be, then those clothes are gonna match that. If
Yeah.
you are someone who is like, I am wanting to be mysterious but sensual, but present myself as business, and then that's going to present. If you want to be about street, if you're hip hop, that's going to come out in the clothes that you wear. So it's important for, I think, individuals to decide that for themselves and don't let the
Yeah.
world decide it for you. Because
Yeah.
I do think a lot of people wear things based off of what's popular.
Yeah, for sure.
which has always been the thing. This is nothing new. Aaliyah had people walking around in Fila sports bras and boyfriend cut jeans. So it's nothing new under the sun, but it's just like you have to really find your own voice when it comes to the clothes that you wear.
Hmm.
And it's not even about policing your body, it's just about knowing your body.
Yeah, knowing your body and what you want to say and how you want to be addressed. If you're like, man, I'm trying to get a husband, blah, 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 blah. You might want to be a little conscious of that. Um, yeah, that's just something you might want to do.
Yeah, so I agree. Please let the leave. I know it's early. We're not yet making New Year's resolutions. But I'm going to put this out there. Leave the tarantula eyelashes in
And the
2024.
bodysuits alone. We hate them. We hate them.
You want to know, though, what I did see coming back? Not coming back, but I've seen people wearing it, and I do love the all jean
I love all denim.
bodysuits.
Baby, I love all denim moment. I'm
I've
here for
seen
it.
I've
I
seen the I've
love
seen
an
the two
all denim
piece
moment.
I've
I
seen the
love
two
that.
piece denim and I've seen the two piece jumper
It's given.
denim,
I
and
love an
they
all
are
denim moment.
so cute. I'm
I
like,
love a
yes.
cargo moment. I love an all denim moment. I love a neutral linen light breezy moment. I love those. Like you can be stylish, but like not naked. Like I don't understand why we have to be naked. Like we just don't.
Think about like a even if you look at the catalog of like a Tracy Ellis Ross, right, who has done
Mm-hmm.
staples and been iconic in fashion. Even her choices have been silhouette over
Skin for sure,
skin.
for sure, 100%.
Even her younger self. Now she has had some moments which I still love. She's had her back out, which is
Yeah,
still
I'm not mad
silhouette.
at the back. I'm not mad at the back. I'm not mad at
And
the back.
yeah, she
But like your whole, like that's what are we doing? When did it escalate? Like when did it? What happened? When, like whose style I think is just so beautiful. She always looks beautiful. She always looks appropriate. She's a family woman. She got a very popular husband. And she got kids, and she not out here trying to be a pop star.
oh,
Savannah,
Savannah
Savannah James.
James.
She always looks beautiful and appropriate for somebody's mother and somebody's wife. She not looking like she finna bust out a 8 count. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be something. What are we doing?
I think we that's a
What?
great point because I think we misconstrue artists wear and everyday wear because
Yes.
like some people we see like our favorite musicians and singers and stuff wearing certain things on stage, and they wear that on stage, not in everyday life. It's costume
But I
wear
mean,
is.
like when I think about red carpets and when I see her at events and stuff, she always looks good. She always looks beautiful. She always looks appropriate. But she's still stylish. She's still forward. But she always looks great to me. I haven't seen
I
her where I
can
was like Savannah.
Yeah, I haven't
Fantasia been looking good too. Fantasia,
Fantasia stylist
they do
and
that. They
Serena
do a good
Williams.
job.
Serena Williams have got a new team.
Serena has
She
been
done
looking
got a new
good lately. She
team
been looking
because her
good. She been looking
makeup
good.
and her gear has been
Her
looking
hair, she been looking good.
phenomenal.
Fantasia been looking great.
Fantasia
Fantasia
been
been looking
off the
great.
charts. She been
She
off the
been looking really
charts.
good. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're somebody's mom, if you're somebody's wife, like, let's not be naked. Like, I don't know. Like, let's not.
I gotta look.
And
I've seen Savannah James a couple of times. I
Savannah
did
James, she always
see.
looks good. Serena's
Yeah,
looking good. Fantasia, absolutely. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I can't think of nobody else right now, but yeah. Leave the one pieces. We're tired.
I don't know if you know. Do you know Kadeem and Deval Ellis?
I do know Kadeem.
Kadeem is very sexy, but
Mm-hmm.
even her style still is like very like
More appropriate.
appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She'll have because she's got a really curvaceous body,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not afraid to show it, but it's still very much like I'm a mother for
Yeah,
her.
like beautiful. I'm a woman, I'm womanly, but I'm not.
Grown, it's very grown up.
I'm not trying to be 25. I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
be 22. Like, I'm just not, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, I can appreciate that too. I think lead a fashion over to the young girls. Just let them have it. You know what I'm saying? Start saving the money up and invest in the pieces that's gonna grow with you.
Leave the fashion
You
over.
know,
Leave it
I'm
alone.
saying this as someone who knows a little bit about fashion. Like, it's important to invest in certain pieces that you could take with you throughout time
Absolutely.
because you're
It's
not gonna just be wearing
yeah.
this fast fashion all the time.
Yeah, and it's really not healthy for you because they're saying it's like plastic. So, um,
Chemicals, and it
chemical
it
plastic,
looks,
right?
you'll notice it looks different on your body. Things that you buy from fast fashion versus really investing in better quality products.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then, we keep trying to save the environment. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I got a Shein order for my Mexico trip. It wasn't my entire
Yeah, yeah, but
catalog.
saying that to say like it is to invest in better pieces that just look good
Yeah.
overall, that fit your body, that you can
Hmm.
tailor, that all of that I think is great. And just to me it's just also about presenting who you want to be to the world. Like, how do you want to be addressed? How do you want men to approach you? How you don't want to be seen, respected and stuff like that. The one pieces, they not gonna get it. They're just not. I love you, baby sisters. I love you. I love you. I'm not judging. You got body. I understand. You want to show it, but that's not really what you want. Because if you want a good guy, he's not gonna want you out here walking. He's gonna be like, "Where you going with that stock piece of stocking with glitter on it? Where you going? Where you going with? You literally took a stock and put
Piece
it
of
over your whole body with
stocking.
some glitter on it. No, we're not doing that. He's not gonna want to see you in that. He's just like, no. And I think men get a bad rep because they want to protect you, which is what you want him to do. But now you naked, so now he like, every night I got to fight to prove my love. He don't. Nobody wants to do that. And you walking around, you have no clothes on. He trying to cover you, trying to protect, which is what he's designed to do, to cover and protect you. And you're just no, ma'am. Let him
That you used to
relax.
see stuff like that in those lingerie stores.
Yeah, it was for the nighttime, my time.
Intimacy.
It was not for the public. So that's what I'm saying. Now it's like men are not even into lingerie because like everybody wears that to the grocery store. Like, who cares? But I'm not saying that you dress for men, but I am saying depending on who you are and what you want to be in life, is you should consider how you dress because it's going to affect things. It's just going to affect things. Can we be honest? Let's keep it a buck. He gonna be like, "Where are you going? Like, what are you doing? What's happening?" So,
Who's going to see that? Oh, is it Halloween? What's going on?
what's happening? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just not gonna want you to dress. A lot of guys aren't. I'm not gonna say all, because some guys maybe don't care, but they're not gonna want you to be looked at in a way that's not where you're being could possibly be disrespected.
I'm trying to see. How do I say this?
I don't think we're being honest. I think what we're asking for as women, what we're asking for from men is like unfair. I want to be naked, but I don't want you to feel no type of way about it. But I want you to protect me and I want you to cover me. But I want to be naked and I don't want you to say nothing. It just doesn't make sense. He's not he's innately going to want to keep you from being talked to wrong, looked at wrong, mistreated, or in any way. So for you to be like, no, but I want to be naked and I want you to be okay, it goes against everything in him. And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair what we're asking for. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair.
What I don't think is fair is to be appalled when your butt cheeks are out and then somebody point the fact that your butt cheeks are out. I don't
Yeah,
think that's
it's gonna
fair.
be noticed. It's gonna be noticed, and it's like people are gonna look. They're just gonna look, male, female. They're gonna look like, what's happening?
Right.
Why are you dressed like that? It's attention seeking. It's like you dress like this so we can look at you. Now we looking at you and you're mad. Like, what do you want?
That's what's kind of confusing to me. It's like
Like, what do you want? You want to be noticed, but then when somebody notice you, then you don't want to be. I'm not. And I'm not mad. I'm just saying, if you want to be treated a certain way, you gotta. You have to do your due diligence to be. We talked about that with the Tim situation. Yes, is it unfair that she has to dress a certain way when she be in the studio with a bunch of men? Okay, maybe it is, but the name of the game is the name of the game, and you gotta
at the
roll with
end
it.
of the day though, unfair doesn't mean you don't follow your best judgment, which is what she did. She
Yeah,
knew that at the end of the day, no, I don't necessarily it I can't help that my body is shaped like this and I'm
mm-hmm.
curvaceous and I have this, but what I can help is drawing attention to it.
Drawing attention to myself. It's not
So,
like it's
because I have a plan and I want to get to this and this is what I want to do, I'm going to make sure it's like setting yourself up for success in any other area. If I know
yeah,
I'm on a diet and I'm going to be out for hours on end, maybe I'm going to pack a few snacks because if I don't, I'm going to get hungry and I'm going to probably make a bad decision.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you just make choices to set yourself up to get the outcome you desire.
That
And I
outcome you
think
desire.
that we're not being
That is it.
honest. We're not being honest in some of the fashion choices that people make. There's an outcome you're desiring. You're just not being honest
100,
about it.
and it may be attention from
And when,
everyone,
yeah.
as opposed to the right one,
Hmm.
the one that you really want, a person that's gonna treat you in a way that is respectful, as opposed to just attention from everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Those are a few of
don't
the
be
things I
mad.
think.
Don't be mad if I talk about your outfit. I love you. It's not personal. Don't be mad.
Just
Don't be mad.
I'm worried about your booty
No.
cheeks.
Don't be
I just don't want you going
mad.
home with diaper rash because you put your
Yeah,
bare
get your
butt
get
cheek
your
to
butt cheeks off
see.
the internet. Like, honestly, get your butt cheeks off the internet. Like, let's not. Like,
Like you go
seriously.
in the Nobu thinking they clean them seats every day and they don't. Cause your butt cheek out on that seat and 11 people been in that seat. Baby girl, I don't want
It's
you
not
to
like
go
you're an
home.
athlete. What's happening? It's not like you're about to do the Olympics. Like, you're not about to run the 400. Like, you're not. You're not at the gym. There's no purpose for this other than the fact that you want somebody to look at your butt. And that's your business.
But what do you want your business to be? Self-reflection questions. That's your homework for this week. What do you want your business? What do you want your business to be? And what do you want people to see with your outfits? What are you hoping that they speak when you walk out of the house? And this, I mean, like I said, this goes both ways. When you're
Both
not
ways.
feeling good and you're feeling bummy and you throw them sweatpants on and that oversized shirt because you're feeling a hot mess and your hair not done, so you don't
It's
really feel like
uneven.
nothing. You look dusty.
You look dusty. Your hair's uneven.
The same thing applies. You go out there and you're telling the world, I
I
didn't feel
don't
like
care.
it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I will say, I think one thing that HBCUs do is that they emphasize looking the part. You can't show up on, we went to a PWI, so
They don't
going
care.
to going to class in some sweats and Uggs, some shorts and Uggs, and an oversized sweatshirt was very
That was
normal
the
to
uniform.
see. That was the uniform. But on a HBCU campus, you step it up every day. You're not gonna look bummy because you gonna get talked about. So they really
And I'm
do
not,
embed.
and hear what I'm saying. I'm not at all saying, because I've been on both sides. I've been through seasons where, you just can't dress how you used to dress. Maybe financially, whatever, whatever. But I do think it is a reflection of what's happening.
It's
It
a
can be.
reflection of how you feel about yourself.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
100%. It's a
I think it's.
reflection.
I think it is a reflection of how you feel about yourself
100%.
for sure.
100%. And
Absolutely.
I think if you do a little bit of, all around, be who you are on the inside, on the outside. If you want to level up that inside, you want that outside to match in some way, and it's okay to invest in it.
We're gonna pause here and save our discussion for next week.
You gotta tune in
You gotta
next
tune
week.
in to know how we feel about this,
Don't be
and
mad. Don't be mad at me, y'all. I love y'all. I'm just saying. Here's the thing. There's better. There's
it's
better for
coming
us.
from a
We don't
place of
have to just.
love, and
We don't have to
and
just be out here.
we have to stop pinning every opinion as judgment.
It's not.
The
I
the
love you.
the the, the stop judging me thing, it's gotta stop. Like,
It's you are loved. You are truly, truly, truly loved. But if you want certain things, it's certain. If you want to be addressed a certain way, it's gonna have to be some stuff we have to do on our side too. So
when you self reflect and think about, it's, y'all love this new age law of attraction and all that and manifestation. What are you choosing to show up as to manifest every day?
yeah, 100%, 100%. That
Like,
is
if
so
you
true.
gonna say that, if you gonna say it's a law of attraction, if you gonna say all that, what is it? There's
Because
something
here's the
attractive.
thing. Because here's the thing, ladies. We don't want some man that we gotta like. We want him to care about his appearance. We don't want him looking like a.
Absolutely.
We don't want him to dress in a way that's like, you got hoochie daddy shorts on, and what are you trying to do? Like you're doing too much.
I also
Like,
don't want my man to look crazy, corny.
yeah,
You can't
yeah.
dress? Oh my gosh. Why you got that
You
button
don't,
down on with them oversized sleeves?
talk on me. Like it's just some stuff is just like,
So you're just not
what are
gonna
you
shave your
trying to
back.
do? And you got your shorts pulled all over into you. Mm-mm. So like we have to, if you want something serious, we have to take a little bit more, be a little bit more serious in how we present ourselves. Not like we're about to be at the party. Like, are you at a party? Like, I don't know. But just, I don't know.
I'm gonna just be honest in saying that when I did go out, and maybe it's a new season, it's a new day,
Yeah,
cause
I can totally
cause your
attest to
girl
y'all
ain't
have
been your
grown.
girl ain't been out in a long time. But when I did, I wasn't wearing that per se. I was about to say, when I would wear what I would wear, it would garner, people would be confused because I would do silhouette versus body, and it would garner attention. And I could visually see girls in less clothes than me confused about how I was like
Getting
pulling.
attention. Yeah.
Because it's not just the clothes, it's the attitude, it's the way you feel about yourself, it's the way that you think, it's your walk, your talk, all of that embodies your confidence. Some
Yeah.
people don't realize they walk around shoulders all high, you head down, you don't look up, you don't look people in the eye, you don't have direct conversations with people.
Yeah.
That is an indication that you have some type of insecurity or something happening that is keeping that confidence from exuding. When they say walk into a room like you belong there, it's true. It
Mm-hmm.
is very true. The job that I am doing today, I have no business having gotten over the candidates that I got hired over. But I
Mm-hmm.
showed up. I'm your girl. You're the one. I'm the one you're looking for. You can stop looking now. So there's that.
Period.
You just period. You just show up. It's
Yeah.
what you want. So and that brings it in. So I said this a really long time ago, and I still believe it's true. You are way more than your hips and your thighs.
Mm.
You really
Mm-hmm.
are. We all are. We all are. And it doesn't have to. I think you brought this up a couple of episodes ago where if you build your brand on sex appeal, what happens when you get older and that sex appeal starts to decline? You really have to build your brand on foundational aspects that can stand the test of time. This is why businesses go out, because they do fads, or they just do. I mean, even think about the Halloween store, right? The Halloween store is able to come around every year because they know foundationally for that 1 month they can make enough money to then sustain themselves and not have to keep a store open for the entire year.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
We made what we needed to make. We go away and we come back. I think it's called Spirit Halloween or something. We all see it
Mm-hmm.
every October.
Mm-hmm.
So build your stuff on solid rock and not sand. Things that'll slip away and beget you eventually.
Yeah, I mean, we're just more than that. We're just so much more than that. And um, I think it's about being examples. I think it's about being confident in who we are as a well rounded individual. And when I have kids, I ain't gonna be trying to do all that. I might have bodies still, but I mean, if I'm 3 people mother and 2 people mother, it just
And
changes
it's gonna
things.
be kind of
Things
hard picking
change.
that car seat up in that mesh outfit. I'm just saying, it's gonna just be a little. It's gonna
Like
be a
even
little bit
even
difficult.
Rihanna's like, I got 2 kids now. I want to wear clothes. I don't wanna be out here with my butt out. She was like, when I look back on some of that stuff, I be like, oh my God. She has totally changed how she
Mm.
dressed. She don't dress nothing. So she had them kids, nothing like she used to.
You want to actually know
So
when it started? Her style really started changing when her and Rocky went public.
yeah, he probably was like, yeah, I don't want you wearing all that. And you can be mad if you want to, but no, most men do not want the
Do you want to
girls.
be
Not,
mad in your Honda Accord by yourself, or do you want to be mad in the Maybach with your man? Because I'm gonna choose the Maybach with my man.
they don't like it. They don't like it. Most guys don't like it. They want you to cover up.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you.
most people don't want what they know is for them to be.
They wanna
Pro-
protect it. They want it to be for them, not for everybody. They
There's a
don't like it.
sacrecy that is
They don't
like,
like it.
you're mine. I get to
You're
experience
mine.
something that nobody else gets to experience, and
Yes.
it's
Controlling way.
not in
It's
a
not controlling.
controlling,
It's
predatory
in,
way.
it's in a protective for me way.
It's in a reverence,
Yeah,
protection,
sacred way. A sacred way.
sacred. I Nobody else gets this part of you, and I'm so happy that
Yeah,
I
and
get to
I get this part of it.
experience.
That's what makes it special. That's what makes it special. So, yeah, when she got with him, he was probably like, yeah, no, I don't like that. He told the truth, and she changed. I don't know what y'all want from these men. Like, what do y'all want? Very simple. So if you want a good man that's gonna protect you and going to honor you and gonna try to cover you and gonna, he's not gonna want you outside like that. How you dressing wise. He's not gonna like that. So just kind of, if that's the kind of guy you want a good guy,
I saw this. I
accordingly.
saw this really beautiful Instagram where this woman, she had bought these new jeans. They looked older. They didn't confirm their age, but they looked like they were maybe in their 50s or 60s. She was married, and she had bought these new bell bottom jeans, and she has a really nice figure. But she was like, "Yeah, I bought these. I'm going on date night with my husband. He doesn't know I'm going on date night. I bought them for him. I want to
Mm-hmm.
see his reaction." And he came out, and it was so cute. He was just like, "Oh," he's like, turn around again." Da, da, da. And then he was like, "Where you going?" And she was like, "I'm going out with you." He was like, "All right, well, I'm going
Right,
to
you can
get
go
my,
out with me.
I'm going to get my coat."
It's sometimes it's like if you gonna be a little, if you with me, okay, but
That's
not
why
just you
I
out.
brought up Kadeem and DeVal, because
Right.
oftentimes she says verbatim out of her mouth, like, "It's date night. I know my husband likes me to be a little sexy, so I'm gonna put this on for date night, get the mood
Date night
up,
with your
do
man, with
this."
your man, is different than you just being out here, and still respectful. You're not
Hmm.
naked, like still, it's still respectful. It's a little bit more, but it's still respectful. So you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We know what we be doing. Come on. Let's not. Let's not. The
You get
gag is no.
the gag is you get the energy you put out back.
100%. 100%.
Whatever energy you putting out is gonna come right on back to you, baby.
It is.
So
It is. It is.
that is all in love, baby girl
Baby
and baby
girl.
boy. We love
Yeah.
y'all. And we just want y'all to be out here making good decisions. Because we have lived it and we've seen it. We have seen it. And I'm trying to tell you what
I
I have
wish I could
seen.
go back. If I could
What she
turn
said,
back
if I could turn
the
back time,
time,
I would find a way.
you would be mine. You know.
It is what it is. Put the Fashion Over down. That's my final. That's my final. I really been forgetting Fashion Nova since they came out. I really have had this feeling about them just not being it.
What are we
I
doing?
just
Stop
don't
it.
want it. I don't.
The whole category, throw it in the trash. No, it's just, yeah, absolutely. So that's it, guys.
Y'all know what it
Class
is.
is over. No.
Clap. Ding! Bell
And don't get it
rings.
twisted because we got on a t-shirt. Don't get it twisted because
Yes, I have my anime T-shirt on, but
don't get it twisted because we
baby,
got t-shirts on because we know. Bow. We know. We're just gonna pause it. We're gonna stop there. Anyway, love you so much.
love you so much. Your girl stays getting tried to get taken down. Asks about me. Tried to get took down in Mexico. It just is what it is. Don't let the anime fool ya.
Fool ya.
She's a real bad gal. Y'all, this has been another episode of the Friendship University Podcast.
Don't let these little spectacles fool you.
And I wear these everywhere I go. I don't care.
Don't
I
let
don't
these
care.
expensive
My
food.
glasses be down. I be in the grocery store like this, and people still be like, "Hey, how you doing, miss?" And I be like, "Can you pass me them beans behind you, please? Thank you so much." Um,
Period.
Yes, this has been another episode of the Friendship University podcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode. You all know where to find us. We are on all platforms, including Threads, at Funny Podcast. That's at FUNIPODCAST. We are also on Twitter because his mama named him Twitter, so I'm going to keep calling him Twitter. I don't know what this is. Only X I acknowledge is Malcolm. We are also on Instagram, Threads, and we are working to get our TikTok back. I guess we're gonna have to make a new one because y'all don't care about us and want us to get our TikTok back. So nobody at TikTok is hitting us up. None of our supporters got an in. Nobody, I guess. So we'll have to create a new one, and we will be there soon. We are also on YouTube. You can catch the visuals of this. The Friendship University podcast on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, leave us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to. Please, that's an easy way to keep us moving. If you comment and you like, no money, just a few moments of your time, press that 5, press that thumb up. If you feel inclined, let us know how you feel and how you care about us. If you got a personal quorum, email us at the Friendship University podcast at gmail.com. And we can talk about it privately during office hours. We don't have to talk about it in class session. Thank you so much. 9 to 5. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. And we out. Peace. Bye.